The Heat take on the Magic, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Miami's -7, totals 207.5. We went 4-0 with a push in our 5 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. We're also 4-0 with a push in our last 5 $1.99 daily best plays on BrockPage.com as well. And if you want to access today's $1.99 daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. Now, if you're still a little bit on the fence about signing up for a package on my safe and secure website, just keep in mind we currently have over 925 members who are signed up and active on that page right now. And despite having a ton of guys on the injury report here tonight, I just think Miami's role players are better than Orlando's. Tyler Hero scoring over 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for the role player. Kyle Lowry is also scoring over 13.5 points a game, along with 4 rebounds, 7 assists. The Heat won 3 out of their last 4 games. They're taking on an Orlando team who lost their last 6 straight, 1-13 straight up in their last 14. The Magic won only 2 out of 11 home games this season. They also score fewer points per contest at home than any other team in basketball. They're scoring only 96 points a game at the Amway Center, and they're shooting only 29% from beyond the arc there. Now, injury-wise, Moore and Carter Williams are out. Harris, Bamba, and Anthony are questionable. Meanwhile, for Miami, Butler and Adebayo are out. Hero and Yurtseven are questionable. When it comes to the total in this one, Miami saw 4 out of their last 5 ball games fall under the number. 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Orlando. Meanwhile, the Magic saw their last 3 straight fall under the total themselves. 64% to the under on their home court. I'm going to lean toward Miami -7, under 207.5. Next ball game, Warriors Celtics, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Golden State's -3.5, totals 213 and a hook. The Warriors won 4 out of their last 5 ball games, 9-3 straight up on the road. The Warriors currently lead the NBA in fewest points allowed per contest. They're also number 1 in defensive field goal percentage. Now, scoring-wise, Steph Curry's averaging nearly 27 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for Steph. Now, Curry's also drilling 40% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, Andrew Wiggins is making 41% of his three-pointers himself, 18 points a game and 4 boards for the forward. The Warriors are in the top 3 in scoring on average per contest, and they're also one of the best rebounding teams in the association. They're taking on a Boston club who lost 3 out of their last 4. They also have a losing record against the spread at the Garden. The Celtics are in the bottom 10 in field goal percentage, and they're making only 33% of their three-pointers. Meanwhile, defensively, the Celtics are also in the bottom 10 in defensive rebounding at home. Now, injury-wise, Parker is out. Richardson and Langford are questionable. When it comes to the total in this one, Boston saw 6 out of their last 9 ball games fall under the posted number. 9-1 to the under in their last 10 meetings with Golden State. Meanwhile, the Warriors are 10-2 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean toward Golden State -3.5, under 213 and a hook. Next matchup, Nuggets Hawks, 7:30 Eastern start time. Atlanta's -3.5, totals 225. And speaking of the total, the Hawks saw 2 out of their last 3 fall under the posted number. Unders against the likes of Orlando and Brooklyn. Atlanta's also seen their fair share of unders on their home court. 8-6 to the under at the State Farm Arena. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my board member tier package pick on BrockPage.com. And just a reminder, board members get access to every single pick that I give out on my website all the way through the end of December. As a matter of fact, guys, if you sign up for my board member tier here today for just $49.99, the math actually works out to be just $3.33 a day through the end of December. So if you want to see whether I'm taking the Nuggets plus the points, or if I'm laying the 3.5 with Atlanta at home, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my board member tier package picks on brockpage.com. But as far as selecting a free pick for this video, I'm going to lean toward the under 225 in that ball game. Next matchup, Bucks, Pelicans, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Milwaukee's -2.5, totals 218. Despite going to work here tonight without Giannis Antetokounmpo, I still think Chris Middleton and the boys can hold down the fort. Chris is scoring over 17.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the forward. Meanwhile, Grayson Allen's drilling 41% of his three-pointers, 12 points a night for Grayson. They're taking on a Pelicans team who won just 4 of 13 at the Smoothie King Center. As a matter of fact, the Pelicans are in the bottom 5 in defensive field goal percentage at home. Now, they're also in the bottom 5 in defending the three ball. And when it comes to the injury report, Holmes and Williamson are still out indefinitely. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, Giannis, Ojale, and Matthews are out. 9 out of Milwaukee's last 10 meetings with the Pelicans did get over the posted number. Meanwhile, New Orleans saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the line themselves. 6-3 to the over in their last 9. I'm going to lean toward Milwaukee -2.5, over 218. Next matchup, Spurs versus the Jazz, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Utah's -12, totals 225.5. Now the Jazz are on an 8-game winning streak, 10-4 straight up on their home court. The Jazz score more points per contest than any other team in basketball. They're also first in the NBA in offensive field goal percentage. Donovan Mitchell scoring nearly 25 points a game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for Don. Meanwhile, Bojan Bogdanovic is drilling nearly 43% of his three-pointers, 17 points a game for Bogey. Utah is in the top 3 in shooting the three ball. Meanwhile, defensively, the Jazz are allowing only 104 points per contest, and they lead the entire NBA in defensive rebounding. They're taking on a Spurs team who lost 4 out of their last 6 themselves, .333 win percentage in their road games. San Antonio scoring just 102 points a game when they travel. They're also making just 71% of their free throws this year. Now, injury-wise, Collins is still out. Walker is questionable. Meanwhile, for the Jazz, Butler is questionable for them. When it comes to the total on this one, 2 out of Utah's last 3 fell under the number. San Antonio went 60% to the under in their last 10. The Spurs are also 10-2 to the under on the road. I'm going to lean toward Utah -12, under 225.5. Next game, Hornets, Blazers, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Portland's -2.5, totals 230. But despite being favored at home, the Blazers lost their last 7 straight, 1-10 straight up in their last 11. When it comes to covering the number, Portland successfully covered the point spread in just 34% of their ball games for the entire season. The Blazers are in the bottom 5 in points allowed per contest. They're also dead last in the NBA in guarding the three ball. They're taking on a Charlotte team who covered the number in 6 out of their last 7 ball games. Charlotte leads the NBA in road scoring. They're also first in offensive three-point percentage. Miles Bridges is averaging just about 20 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists for the forward. Meanwhile, Gordon Hayward's drilling over 40% of his three-pointers himself, 18 points a night and 4 boards for Gordy. Now, injury-wise, Smith and Ball are questionable for Charlotte. Meanwhile, for Portland, Snell and Zeller are out. Smith is questionable. 2 out of Portland's last 3 got over the number. Charlotte's 9-1 to the over in their last 10. Give me the Hornets +2.5, over 230. Next ball game, Lakers, Timberwolves, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Minnesota's -2.5, totals 222. But despite being favored in this one, Minnesota's dropped 5 out of their last 7 ball games, 6-10 against the spread on their home court. The T-Wolves are in the bottom 10 in points allowed, bottom 3 in defensive rebounding. They're taking on a Laker team who's on a 3-game winning streak, and they rank in the top 3 in offensive rebounding on the road. LeBron James is scoring over 26 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for James. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis is scoring over 23.5 points a night himself, 10 boards, 3 assists for AD. The Lakers are in the top 10 in road scoring, top 10 in offensive field goal percentage. Now, injury-wise, Howard, Westbrook, Bradley, Monk, and Horton Tucker, they're all out. And when it comes to the total on this one, the Lakers' last 5 straight all fell under the number. 70% to the under in their last 10 against Minnesota. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves went 10-6 to the under on their home court. Give me the Lakers plus 2.5, under 222. Next and final matchup, Grizzlies, Kings, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Memphis is minus 5.5, totals 220. The Grizzlies have won their last 4 straight, 9-1 straight up in their last 10. Memphis also has a winning record on the road. They find themselves covering in 67% of their away games. The Grizzlies currently lead the NBA in offensive rebounding, top 10 in scoring on average per game. Dylan Brooks is dropping over 18 points a night, 3 rebounds, couple assists for the forward. Meanwhile, Desmond Bane is making 41% of his three-pointers, 16 points a night for the guard. The Grizzlies are also in the top 5 in defensive rebounding as well. They're taking on a Sacramento team who lost 3 out of their last 4. And they also have a losing record at home. Sacramento's in the bottom 3 in points allowed per contest, bottom 5 in defensive rebounding. When it comes to the injury report, Fox, Len, Metu, and Halliburton are questionable. Bagley, Davis, and King are out. Meanwhile, for the Grizzlies, Clark and Williams are out for them. Aldama is questionable. Memphis went 6-3 to the under in their last 9, 67% to the under when traveling. Meanwhile, the Kings are 10-4 to the under at the Golden One Center. Give me Memphis minus 5.5, under 220. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 4-0 with a push in our last 5 $1.99 daily best plays. I like Miami minus 7, under 207.5. Golden State minus 3.5, under 213 and a hook. I also like the under 225 in the Denver-Atlanta game. Give me Milwaukee minus 2.5, over 218. Utah minus 12, under 225.5. Charlotte plus 2.5, over 230. LA Lakers plus 2.5, under 222. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that board members on my website get access to every single pick that I give out on my webpage all the way through the end of December. So if you do sign up today for my board member tier package picks, it's going to work out to just $3.33 a day all the way through the end of the month. I like Memphis minus 5.5, under 220. With that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.